Hi, my name is Shelley. I'm 43 years old. I live in Newport, South Wales. When I was 27, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. It wasn't something that I was expecting. It came as a complete and utter shock. And for a long time, it took me, I suppose in a way, maybe I haven't accepted that I have rheumatoid arthritis, but in some respects, I have accepted that I have, and I've had to change my life in many ways. I was 6 months into my dream job, and I was doing a lot of computer work at home and in work, and my right hand started to swell, started to ache at my wrist, to my elbow, and I really couldn't understand what was causing it, apart from maybe that I was doing too much work with a computer mouse. Over a period of time, my hand started to go into a claw shape, and it looked like the shape of the mouse. So again, I thought, oh, well, it's the mouse. I was attending a lot of meetings, doing a lot of writing. My hand was aching. It was my right hand, so it was my main hand. And I kind of thought, well, maybe I should go to the doctors about this. And I didn't. I kind of buried my head in the sand. And it wasn't until my left hand started to do the same that a friend of mine who had already been saying to me, look, Shell, will you please go and sort your hand out, that there's something wrong, really got a bit sterner with me and said, you need to go to the doctors. And that's when I did. And it wasn't a diagnosis that happened straight away. Obviously my hands had started to swell and they'd started to misshapen, as you can see. And it was a bit of a shock then when the doctor said, well, you need to try some anti-inflammatories, go away, come back in a couple of weeks. Did that. Came back and said, oh, I don't know. Still don't think, what I can do. Did some more blood tests. Very, very cloak and daggerish. Nobody was giving me any idea of what it was. And then I booked an appointment to go and see him because I'd woken up and I literally couldn't move my neck, my shoulders, pain in my back. I was stiff. I was like a cardboard, stiff cardboard, and I just couldn't move. So I ended up going back to the doctors, and I remember him saying to me, okay, Shelley, I'm going to try you on these pills, and I'm going away for 2 to 3 weeks. Book an appointment when I come back, but don't beg me to keep you on these pills. I didn't really understand what those pills were. I didn't have a clue on why he said that. And then 3.5 weeks later, I went back and I bounced into the surgery, hopped, skipped, jumped, woo, happy, and all the rest of it. And I went in, hey, you're absolutely fantastic, you've fixed me. And I had the news then that he was referring me to a rheumatologist because the drugs that I was on was a steroid drug, and prednisolone, and I had no idea what steroids did. I had no idea why they did what they did, and that's when he said, I think you have rheumatoid arthritis, and there's nothing more that I can do for you. You need to be referred, and you need to see a doctor quickly, because I have a fear that if you do not see somebody quickly, you will be in a wheelchair, and you need some, specialist care and medications. And I had my 8-year-old son with me at the time, and we left in the car, and I thought, I need to go to see my mother. And the quite typical thing as you walk into a house, especially here kind of in Wales, it's okay, let's go into the kitchen, put the kettle on, have a cup of tea, and we'll sort it all out. And it was at that point, as the kettle switch went down, I burst into tears and I said, Mum, I said, do you think I got rheumatoid arthritis? And he doesn't want me to be in a wheelchair. And I don't know what to do. And my mum was great. I probably waited about 8 weeks to see a consultant, which at the time there was something like a 24-week waiting list. So whatever letter my doctor sent must have been quite to the point. And I saw a consultant, and he put me straight on to the methotrexate drug, which is one of the first drugs that you were put on. And I was on that for a while, and it didn't really help me at all. And that's when my journey with rheumatoid really started. I was working, I was struggling to stay in work, which to the I did for a very, very long time. That is the time that my journey started, and to the point I didn't understand what the disease was. I didn't understand how it affected people. I didn't understand what medications would do, what treatment plans that I would have. My head was completely in the shed, and I had no one to talk to.